So I'm staying in Manchester this week, and as I know there are at least one, but I believe two, maybe more, free bookshops in the area, I thought it'd be a fun challenge to each day go to these bookshops and see if I can find one really exciting read. So this is day one. I'm Effie, by the way. Thank you for clicking on my video, and let's see if we can find something exciting. And I'm limiting myself to just one book each day because fairness, but yeah, excited. So they had quite a good selection. I only had a really quick look today, but they had some signed ones, obviously dedicated as well, so their value's a bit lesser. There was also one with sprayed and stenciled edges, but in the end today I went for Mortal Chaos, which is a book I've been interested in for a while, and it is signed. It's dedicated to, I think, a Daniel, but pretty cool because, like I say, I've had my eye on it for a while. It's day two, and another book that I've kind of been eyeing up for a while, A Winter's Promise. I've heard book 4's not really great in this series, but able to get book 1 for nothing makes me quite happy, and I feel like it's a good find for my taste. So until tomorrow, see ya. The last couple of days I haven't been able to update on the books I have picked up as I've been running away to do things. I had a train to catch on Thursday, and then I had a tattoo appointment on Friday. But on Thursday I picked up On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous by Ocean Vuong, and yesterday, Friday, I picked up the first and only book so far this week that I hadn't previously heard of, and it was Six Suspects by the same author as Slumdog Millionaire, and it just sounds really interesting. And today is the last day that I'm going to be able to visit the shop on this visit down, so I think I might give myself permission to pick up 3 books if I'm going to pause while I cross the road. Sorry, filming and crossing a road seemed like a really bad idea. So I'm going to give myself permission to pick up 3 books today if I genuinely can't pick. And then I think I'm also going to have a look in the charity shops and see if anything catches my eye. So that's my plan, and I will check back in later. Even allowing myself to pick up 3 books today, I had quite a hard time picking what 3 I was going to go for, but I think I was helped by the fact that I kind of looked books up on Amazon, and if it was available on Kindle Unlimited, yeah, I would have liked the physical edition, but I could get it for free, so I'm just going to do this quickly. So oranges are not even fruit. The rest of us just live here, and Native Son. So I am back and I was relatively restrained in the charity shops. I did pick up a couple of books, but just the two. Now, before I end this video, obviously you will have seen what I picked up every day, but I'm just going to do a little bit of a recap. So on Tuesday, I picked up Mortal Chaos by Matt Dickinson, and this one is signed and dedicated. Not to me, obviously, but still, it is technically a signed edition. And the back of it says, "One beat of a butterfly's wings is all it takes. One beat that will change lives. One beat that will end lives. Jamie and Will bunking off school to go hunting. Cooney trapped in an icy crevasse. Shelton on a deadly mission for revenge. Bakili under attack from bloodthirsty baboons. Tina piloting flight 492 to Moscow." I don't know why that took me such an effort to read that line. "For them and many others, things will never be the same again. Some will live, many will die. All are connected." Now, I know this is a series. I think it's a trilogy. But I remember a friend of mine reading this book and actually being really pleasantly surprised by it. So I've wanted to pick it up for a while. So that was day one. On the second day, which was Wednesday, I picked up Winter's Promise by Christelle Dabos? Not sure. And I think this is kind of like a portal fantasy, different worlds have different magic. The back says, "Lose yourself in the fantastic world of the arcs and in the company of unforgettable characters in this French runaway hit. A mix of awkward misfit and misunderstood genius. Ophelia cares little about appearances or other people's opinions of her. She possesses two special gifts, a talent for reading the pasts of objects and the ability to travel through mirrors. Her peaceful existence on Anima is interrupted when she is promised in marriage to the taciturn Thorn, a member of a powerful clan from a cold and distant arc." I have heard really, really good things about this book, and I think all except the last book in the series I've heard good things about, so pretty excited to pick it up. On Thursday, which was my third day of popping in every day, and I've just realised I'm very quickly losing the light, so I'll try to get through these a bit quicker. So Thursday, I picked up Ocean Vuong's On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous, and it says, "This is a letter from a son to a mother who cannot read. Written when the I bet it's not even accurate. Is it done? I think it's done. Written when the speaker, little dog, is in his late 20s, the letter unearths a family's history that began before he was born. It tells of Vietnam, of the lasting impact of war, and of his family's struggle to forge a new future. And it serves as a doorway into parts of little dog's life his mother has never known. Episodes of bewilderment, fear, and passion, all the while moving closer to an unforgettable revelation." I've only ever heard really good things about this author, but also I don't think I've ever read anything from them. So pretty excited to pick this one up. I mean, do I need to keep saying that? I'm excited about all the ones I picked up. Like, the bookshop has quite a lot of books in, so it can be pretty difficult to narrow it down. And that was kind of part of it, that each day except today, which is Saturday, the 5th day, I had challenged myself to only pick one, and picking one was really, really, really difficult Yesterday, which was Friday and the 4th day of me popping in, I picked up 6 Suspects by Vikas Swarup. It says, there's a caste system even in murder. Vicky Ray, the son of a high-profile minister, has been shot dead by one of the guests at his own party. They are a glitzy bunch, but among them the police find 6 strange, displaced characters with a gun in their possession, each of them steaming with a secret motive. India's wiliest investigative journalist, Arun Advani, makes it his mission to nail the murderer. In doing so, the amazing, tender, and touching technical lives of 6 eccentric characters unravel before our eyes. But can we trust Advani, or does he have another agenda in mind? I remember really enjoying Slumdog Millionaire when I read it years and years ago. I think I read it just before the movie came out, so that puts into context how long ago I read it. But I do remember enjoying it, and I think this feels like it's gonna be quite intriguing and also a bit of a different sort of thriller to the things that I generally pick up. And then today, I gave myself permission to pick up 3 books. And even that was a massive challenge because there were some books that were really appealing to me. But ultimately, there is only a 3-book limit at the store. And these were the ones that appealed most. So the first one is Orange is Not the Only Fruit by Jeanette Winterson. And the back is very vague. It says, innovative in style, its humour by turns punchy and tender. Oranges Are Not the Only Fruit is a few days' ride into the bizarre outposts of religious excess and human obsession. It's a love story too. And I think this is queer, so very intrigued. I've heard good things about it, but it's the kind of like good things where I don't really know what it's about. I just have heard that it is very good. The second book I picked up was one that I had sort of shortlisted in my mind yesterday, and it is The Rest of Us Just Live Here by Patrick Ness. It says, not everyone has to be the chosen one. What if you're not an indie kid fighting zombies or whatever this new thing is with the blue lights and the death? What if you're like Mikey, who just wants to graduate before someone blows up the high school? Again, sometimes you just have to discover how even an ordinary life can be extraordinary. And I think what appealed to me about this book was the fact that it seems to go against the idea of the chosen one. And I do like Patrick Ness's writing. I think so far I've read A Monster Calls and Release and enjoyed both of them. So intrigued to see if I enjoy this one as well. And the final book that I picked up, and this was the last one that I decided to pick up in the bookstore today. And I think I actually swapped it out for something else that I'd been toying with like right before I left the bookstore. But it is Native Son by Richard Wright. It says, gripping and furious, Native Son follows the fortunes of Bigger Thomas, a young black man who is trapped in a life of poverty in the slums of Chicago. Unwittingly involved in a wealthy woman's death, he is hunted relentlessly, baited by prejudiced officials, charged with murder, and driven to acknowledge a strange pride in his crime. Native Son shocked readers on its first publication in 1940 and went on to make Richard Wright the first best-selling black writer in America. So I'd say all in all, I've had a really successful week. I've picked up some books that really appeal to me, and I would say that it's a good mix of books that I had heard of before and were very much on my radar, and books that I kind of discovered in the store
and went, yeah, actually, that really, really appeals to me. So if you are near one of these free bookstores, head along. And also, at least the one that I've been visiting this week has a donation pot, so be sure to donate. I will also link the charity that is linked with these free bookstores in the description. But let me know what you think of my choices this week. And until next time, love you. Bye.